Coming up on Current OC.
Tonight we take a look back in history and learn more about World War II.
Plus, we'll show you how one of our reporters fell in love with an old American tradition, road tripping.
It all starts now on the Current OC.
From the OC TV studios along 6th and Atlantic, Raider Nation's leading news magazine starts now. This is Current OC.
Hello and welcome to the Current OC. I'm Eamon Lawton.
And I'm Matthew Grimley. Thank you for joining us again today. We have fewer segments this broadcast, but each is longer than our usual time. We hope you enjoy our expanded segment format.
We all take history courses here at Ocean City High School, but rarely do we get a chance to speak with someone who actually witnessed the events we study in history. Our own Matthew Grimley, my co-anchor, recently had the unique opportunity to speak with a World War II veteran that was part of our American history. The Current OC speaks with Andrew Tim Canary and shares his World War II experiences.
With the anniversary of VE Day coming up, or the end of World War II in Europe, here at the Current OC we thought we would do something special. Here with me I have Mr. Tim Canary, who served as a veteran during the Battle of the Bulge in World War II. Before we start our segment, I wanted to say thank you for your service, Mr. Canary.
You're quite welcome. My pleasure.
So, Mr. Canary, I hear that during World War II you participated in the Battle of the Bulge, and you also took place in the crossing of the Rhine.
That is correct. We were involved in the Battle of the Bulge, and we were the first evacuation hospital to cross the Rhine.
So, Mr. Canary, I was wondering if you could maybe tell us a little bit about your time as a medic during World War II.
This is a question that people ask me, how come I became a medic? I didn't ask for it, they gave it to me. I was one of these people that could pass out from the sight of blood. I got over that. One of my duties was to take, after the patients were treated and the operations were completed, they came into my ward, any ward, but my ward in particular, and we just took care of them. We washed them, we shaved them, we fed them, whatever was required. We did that all the way through the war. At one time, though, I did as a medic. I was on detached service for a couple of months with a major who was a psychiatrist, and 4 of us enlisted men. We took 618th Clearing Company and setting it up as what back they called then an NP hospital, neuropsychiatric. Today it's called battle fatigue. We were taking care of the patients that just got too much for them. It's the best way I can describe it. But that was again part of my duties. Till then I finally came back to my regular company, regular outfit, and we went right through performing the same duties, taking care of, well, not same duties as the NP, but duties as the corpsman in the medical unit, as in the wards, taking care of patients that had been injured. And I will say this, I'm not trying to put any laurels on myself, but I had more than one infantryman that were in there had been wounded. They wouldn't trade places with me. They didn't want anything to do with the medical part of it.
So, Mr. Tim, what did you learn from your time in the service that you incorporated into private life?
I think I learned to get along with people, have compassion for people. So I think that's the best I can give you on that.
Well, that's a very important thing. I'm Matthew Grimley, and this has been the Current OC.
Hello, I'm Eamon Lawton, and I'll be showing you your weather today. So, as our lookout for today, right now, there is some rain in the Midwest, and if we're going out to where we are, it's pretty clear. We don't have much to worry about with rain for the time being. And just to show that it's absolute beautiful skies outside. There is nothing to worry about. Rain, thunderstorms, tornadoes, absolutely nothing to worry about. I think we're going to be all good for today. And if we look outside today, it's a little bit chilly outside at 66 degrees, but I think that's pretty comfortable. 69% humidity and a nice barometric pressure to keep the storms away. And in our regional temperatures, we'll be looking at down at Cape May at 68 degrees and 78 up at Atlantic City. 59 degrees out in the water, but that's a little bit chilly for some people's likings. And for the current 7-day forecast, we'll be looking around. Let's see, on Thursday, we got some broken clouds, overcast skies on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, some rain. And then for the rest of the week, it's going to be a little bit overcast and some light rain.
One of America's lost traditions, road tripping. There was a time when a family would load up their station wagon and chart a course for a far-off destination. Their final destination was only part of the trip. The experiences along the journey was what made all the fun. Carmen Cantwell shares his family's return to a good old-fashioned road trip.
Spring break. This is a time where many OCHS students take time off from their busy academic lives to catch up on some much-needed rest. Not for me though, however. We'll be taking a different approach to this. Today on the Current OC, we will be revisiting a classic American tradition that seems to have been phased out in today's modern landscape. In recent years, many have opted to air travel to reach their destinations of choice. Instead, we will be taking the road less traveled to reach our destination of Tybee Island, Georgia. It is currently 3 a.m. in the morning as this is being recorded, so let's get moving and see what the true American road trip is very much like.
As we rolled out of Philadelphia, we made a quick stop to get some gasoline and a quick early morning snack. We would soon get on the Interstate 95 to begin our long 13-hour trip. We soon found ourselves outside of Pennsylvania and beginning to travel through states such as Delaware and Virginia. Eventually, we'd find ourselves passing through the country's capital, Washington, D.C. Here, we would be able to see sights such as the Pentagon and the Capitol building. Around 8:15 a.m., we stopped at a location that's mostly unknown to us tri-state area residents, the Waffle House. After departing from Waffle House, I took on driving the car for the next few hours to give my father a break. After this, our next stop was at Dillon, South Carolina, at south of the border, which is a tourist attraction and rest stop, which has all sorts of things, such as a fireworks store, restaurant, and even an arcade. There wasn't much time to stop and admire the attraction though, as we had a place to be. The next few hours were mostly the same as before, speeding down Interstate 95 through South Carolina and eventually Georgia, noticing the weather getting warmer as we drove further south. After crossing a bridge, we entered Savannah, Georgia. After this, we knew Tybee wasn't that far off, as it is located off the coast of Savannah, Georgia. Eventually, with more and more palm trees and the smell of the Atlantic Ocean coming into view, we knew we made it. After approximately 832 miles, 11 hours, and 58 minutes, we arrived in Tybee Island for our family vacation. This road trip was a unique experience that I'll never forget for time to come, and would love to do it again in the future. Personally, I believe a road trip is something you should at least try one time in your life. It's a truly unique experience compared to traveling on an airplane. This has been Carmen Cantwell reporting for the Current OC.
Before we go, we want to remind everyone to be safe during our prom weekend, and most of all, enjoy it. You may want to thank all the students and staff members that made the prom possible. Well, that will do it for us on this edition of the Current OC.
Remember to log on and catch all of our shows and additional content by visiting oc-tv.org.
We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at OCNJTV. So be sure to like our page and follow us there too.
And as always, thank you for watching.